Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Arcadia News. Sorry for the delay, guys. I may or may not have been crying for a while. It's fine. In Keonian and in Cartha news this week, we have several stories, so let's jump straight in. We had the Ball of Irene take place this week, which was between the two nations. This was a ball between most members of the two nations and was very beautiful and I enjoyed it quite a lot. A Treaty of Irene was also signed, which you can see a more in-depth breakthrough in Arcadia News 2.5. Please go watch it if you haven't already. I am plugging myself. What have I done? Um, in the rest of Incartha news this week, we had King Tyler and Bry from Hakan show up. They had left Hakan a while ago and finally had arrived in Incartha at their first destination. A tour was done between everyone, and yeah, good times were had. A meeting was then taken place in which King Tyler offered his services in researching the new diamonds that Queen May had found, and Queen May agreed on the condition of friendship. Later that day, Levi Montgomery, the first advisor of the Queen, was then promptly fired and exiled in a way from Incartha to be sent to Hakan for a spying mission. This broke literally everybody, myself included. Marigold has now been promoted to the first advisor position, and we shall have to see what comes out of Incartha next week. In Verdantia news, reports tell me that Athos Dynasty was speaking to himself for some reason. Apparently there were voices inside his head. I blame the aspects, specifically Soul. Why, you may ask? Because I want to. Now, apart from that this week, Athos may or may not have nearly killed Mark Prometheus, but did not. I'm not exactly too sure why, but you know what? Good on him. Reports also tell me that the Verdantian Rebellion is gearing up for an attack of what kind? I'm not entirely too sure. Perhaps Midas can figure it out. It's not as if they're in Patior and their only target of attack is Patior. You know, Midas, you're really a bit brain dead here. That is all for Verdantia news. We shall see what happens next week. In Hakonia news, there was an explosion this week. Reportedly, Ace, Alejandro Smiths, Rose Alberic, several guards, and a woman named Gidia was there. Reportedly, during this time, Rose Alberic was stabbed. I very much hope he is okay. It is unknown if he is, but you know what? We can only hope. We shall have to see what comes out of Hakan next week. In Atlia news, nothing, guys. Congratulations. You're the one with no news this week. In Arcadia Discord news, the aspects of chaos have showed up several times this week. One of the main ones being the fact that they joined a VC twice. Terrifying in itself. I was there for both times. One of the times they didn't talk to us, but the other time they communicated via sound effects. This is breaking news for us, as this is the first time that they have done this. There were a few other appearances of the aspects, but nothing else of major importance. Also, reports reaching me that Rose Alberic is currently crashing out on the Discord server as I'm recording this. So that's fun. But that is all for Arcadia news this week. We would like to see you all next week.